Hello and welcome to English Story Plus. This is a story about Rina. She follows an old photo from her grandfather. Let's begin and see together where her journey takes her. Rina had a special bond with her grandfather. She loved her grandfather's stories. He used to drink warm chai and talk about a faraway land. The smell of his chai always stayed with her. One day, he showed her an old photo. A beautiful woman stood in front of a tall, carved building. "Your great-grandmother." He put the photo into her hand. Years passed. Her grandfather is gone now. But the photo stays with her. And the smell of chai, it never leaves. One day, Rina sees the same building in a book. It matches the photo exactly. She wants to see it with her own eyes. She buys a plane ticket. And just like that, she goes. Her journey begins. Rina steps off the plane. She walks through the long hallway and follows the signs. She walks to the baggage area. People are picking up their suitcases. Rina waits. 1 bag, 2 bags, but not hers. She checks again. Still nothing. A staff member checks the records. "I'm sorry," he says. "Your suitcase went to another airport." Rina feels very worried. "That bag has everything," she says. She steps aside and takes a deep breath. Just then, a voice speaks from behind. "Are you okay?" the young man asks. He has kind eyes and speaks in English, with a gentle accent. "My bag is lost," she says. "It went to the wrong airport." He nods. "That happens sometimes. Don't worry. It will come back." Then, he switches to the local language and talks to the airport staff. After a few minutes, he turns back to her. "They will send it to your hotel tomorrow. You just need to fill out this form." Rina smiles. "Thank you so much. I didn't know what to do." "No problem," he says. "Welcome to our city." They say goodbye, and Rina walks outside. She still doesn't have her bag, but she feels a little better. She holds the photo in her hand. This is the place her grandfather talked about. The street is busy. People walk fast. Cars and bikes go by. Rina holds her phone and looks at the map. She stops in front of a small cafe. A wooden sign hangs above the door. It says, "Chai and Stories." The smell of chai comes out through the door. It's warm and sweet, just like her grandfather's. She smiles and walks in. Inside, the cafe is quiet. Old books sit on wooden shelves. Colorful rugs cover the floor. The soft sound of music plays. Behind the counter stands a young man. Rina looks up and blinks in surprise. "It's you," she says. The man laughs. "From the airport," he says. "You helped me at the counter," she says. He nods. Small world. Do you work here? Yes, I work here. He says. I'm Omar. I'm Rina. They smile. Rina sits down at a small table near the window. A few minutes later, Omar brings over a tray. It holds a pot of chai, 2 cups, and a little plate of cookies. Here's a fresh cup for you, he says. Thank you, Rina says. It smells like the one my grandfather made. Omar pours the tea and sits across from her. The cafe is calm now. Only soft music plays in the background. Rina takes out a photo and shows it to him. I came here for this, she says. Omar studies the photo for a moment. He points to the wall in the photo. This is the old palace wall, he says. It's not far from here. Rina's eyes widen. Really? She asks. Yes. Near the palace wall. Her eyes light up. Could you take me there? Of course. But not now. The palace area closes soon. Come back in the morning. I'll take you. Rina nods slowly. Thank you. You're welcome, Omar says. The next morning, Rina returns to chai and stories. Omar is already there, waiting outside the cafe. He waves and smiles. Ready? She nods. They walk through narrow streets. Shops are opening. Children run past, laughing. A cat sits on a warm step, watching the world. Do you always walk this way? Rina asks. Most days, Omar says. It's quiet in the morning. He carries a small paper bag. It smells sweet. Cardamom bread, he says. For later. They turn a corner. The buildings look older here. But the colors are beautiful. Red, blue, gold. Right there, Omar says, pointing. They stop in front of a stone wall. It is tall and worn. A carved pattern runs along the side. Rina steps closer. She takes the photo from her bag. She holds it next to the wall. It matches. This is it, she says. Omar watches her. She stood here, Rina says. She looks at Omar. Can I sit for a minute? Sure, he says. I'll wait over there. Rina sits on a bench near the wall. She looks at the photo again. A woman stands near the same wall. Her clothes are simple. There's a kindness in her smile. She is her great-grandmother. She holds the photo carefully and takes a deep breath. Then she turns it over. She sees 2 words on the back. Thank you. The handwriting looks familiar. Under the words, there is a name, Arun. It's her grandfather's name. He wrote this. A message from long ago. Her eyes fill with tears, but she smiles. A soft breeze passes by. She closes her eyes. And for a moment, She feels her grandfather beside her. Rina stays a little longer. She watches the people pass by. Some carry flowers. Others hold cups of chai. The street is full of life, just like in the stories her grandfather used to tell. Omar stands a short distance away, giving Rina a quiet moment. Now, he walks back slowly toward her. He sees her sitting on the bench, holding the photo close. "Did you find what you were looking for?" he asks gently. Rina nods. "Yes," she says. "And maybe something more." Omar smiles. He sits down beside her. They watch the sky change color. "Do you want more chai?" he asks. Rina laughs. "That would be great." They walk back to the cafe together. As they step inside, a new smell fills the air. Sweet spices, warm bread, something comforting. She feels she'll come back one day. But for now, this moment is enough. Listen and speak. Discover English expressions. Listen carefully and repeat after me. You need to fill out this form. You need to fill out this form. I point to the wall. I point to the wall. Could you take me there? Could you take me there? I walk through narrow streets. I walk through narrow streets. I sit down beside her. I sit down beside her. That would be great. That would be great.
How did you like today's story? Her grandfather hoped she would find the place where her great-grandmother once was, and he would always be with her. Thank you for listening today. Let's enjoy more stories together. See you next time for another story.